ओके जी, अस्सलाम वालेकुम। लेट्स स्टार्ट। ठीक है जी। नाउ दिस इज एक्स स्क्वायर प्लस 4x प्लस 1। नाउ अगेन वी आर नाउ डूइंग मिडिल टर्म ब्रेकिंग, बट मिडिल टर्म ब्रेकिंग विद व्हाट? मिडिल टर्म breaking, but knowing that now that you have a value of a। ठीक है। In the last class what we did was कि हमारे पास values नहीं थी, हमारे पास अब what we have is we have value of a। So now your a will be multiplied with what? 1। So that means what we'll end up having is 3 into 1, we'll get what? 3, and the factors of 3 will be 1 and 3। मतलब फैक्टर का मतलब है कि किस टेबल में आता है, राइट? तो ये किस में आता है? 1 में आता है और किस में आता है? 3 में आता है। आगे बढ़ते हैं। तो मुझे अब आसानी से मुझे ये पता है कि भाई ठीक है, फैक्टर 3 आ गया। मिडिल टर्म ब्रेकिंग का मतलब फर्स्ट एंड द लास्ट वन सेम होगा, जो ब्रेक होगा वो बीच वाला होगा, एंड नोइंग दैट ये प्लस है। ठीक है। तो दिस विल बी 3x² प्लस, क्योंकि वी हैड 1 and 3 बिकम्स व्हाट? 4। इन दोनों को प्लस करेंगे तो क्या हो जाएगा? 4। सो दिस विल बी व्हाट? 3x प्लस x प्लस 1। 3x प्लस x प्लस 1। तो इन दोनों में क्या होगा कॉमन? इन दोनों का कॉमन होगा 3x। इन दोनों का कॉमन हो गया 3x, बचा क्या? x प्लस 1। ठीक है। क्योंकि ये देखिए, जब मैंने 3x² में से 3x बाहर निकाला, 3x² में से जब मैंने 3x बाहर निकाला तो x और स्क्वायर कटा, 3 और 3 कटा, तो यू आर लेफ्ट विद व्हाट? ओनली x। एंड अगर मैं बोलूं कि मेरे पास दूसरा क्या है? 3x है, राइट? ये वाला 3x था। 3x में से जब मैं 3x बाहर निकालूंगा तो x और x कटा, 3 3 कटा, तो ये कितना हो गया मेरे पास? 1। सो आई कैन इजीली राइट व्हाट? x प्लस 1। मूविंग फर्दर, आपके पास दूसरी वैल्यू क्या है? x प्लस 1 है। अब इसमें तो कोई फैक्टर है ही नहीं, क्योंकि x भी अलग है, नंबर भी अलग है। तो इनका जो कॉमन होगा वो क्या होगा? 1 होगा। इनका जो कॉमन होगा वो क्या हो जाएगा? 1। सो व्हाट वी कैन राइट इज प्लस 1। आपके पास आ गया नंबर, और हमने लिखा x प्लस 1। क्योंकि जब कॉमन मेरे पास 1 आ जाता है तो मेरे पास बचा क्या? x प्लस 1 ही बचा, राइट? तो व्हाट वी हैव इज टू सेम ब्रैकेट्स। व्हाट वी हैव इज टू सेम ब्रैकेट्स। तो ये क्या हो गया? x प्लस 1 एक आंसर हो गया, और दूसरा आंसर क्या हो जाएगा? 3x प्लस 1। दूसरा आंसर आता कहाँ से है? ये जो 3x है और प्लस 1, तो ये एक ब्रैकेट बना देता है, और ये जो दो ब्रैकेट्स हैं ये हमेशा क्या हो जाते हैं? एक ब्रैकेट बन जाते हैं। हमेशा याद रखें कि दिस विल बी योर फैक्टर्स, दिस विल बिकम व्हाट? योर फैक्टर फॉर एनी पर्टिकुलर मिडिल टर्म ब्रेकिंग। Okay, part B. So if this is 3 and this is 1, 3 multiplied by 1 will become 3, right? So again, factors of 3 are what? 1 and 3. So this would be 3x squared minus 3x plus x minus 1, because minus 3 x plus 1, because we need to have what? Negative 2x, right? So can we just say 3x is common here, and you'll end up having x minus 1. Plus 1 is common, so you'll end up having x minus 1. Both brackets are same, so this will be x minus 1, and the other one would be 3x plus 1. Other one would be 3x plus 1. Are the answers clear? Okay. Bhakta beta, you need to understand that you already know that this 3 is into 1, right? So what you get is 3 ones are becomes what? 3. Factors of 3 are 1 and 3, right? So we need to have minus 2x. So what we can do is we need to have bigger number with negative and the smaller number with plus so that we can end up having -2. So minus 3x plus x. Taking common from 3x square minus 3x. 3x will be common. Bacha kya? 3x square divided by 3x. You'll end up having what? X. And then 3x is here. 3x divided by 3x, you'll end up having what? -1. Clear? So you have x minus 1. Similarly, you have x minus 1. You can't see any common here. So you'll take +1 common because you have plus. So when you took +1, you're left with x minus 1. So x minus 1 is a bracket. The remaining one is what? 3x plus 1. Is it clear, beta? Okay, Ji, let's just start off with this question, part K. So now what you need to understand is that we have this 3 multiplied with what? 5. So 3 into 5 will become what? 15, right? Now 15, we'll find out the factors of 15. 15 factors are 1 and 15, 5 and what? 3. So which factor we'll pick that after doing plus or minus, we'll get plus 2x. So 15, 1 plus 15 gives me 16, 1 minus 15 gives me 14. So this is not possible that we get 2x from 1 and 15. The factors that we'll use is 5 and 3, right? The first and the last value will remain same. So this will be 3x square plus. Because we need to have plus here, the bigger number will have what? 5x. And the smaller number will have minus 3x minus 5. Remember that when you have a bigger number with plus and the smaller one number with negative, so plus minus automatically will have what? Minus impact. So 5 minus 3 will give me 2. But sign of the greater number. So sign is 5, so that will give me what? 5. What is common here? The common here is x. You're left with 3x plus 5. And what is common here? You see there is no common other than what? -1. Because if there is no common, we'll pick the sign which is here, right? And the sign here is negative. So when we pick the negative sign here, so what we'll do is we'll write down 3x. But if you need to understand this negative and this negative will what? Be positive. Negative, negative, positive, right? So when negative and negative is positive, so we can easily write down positive here, and this will give me 5. So one answer is x minus 1, the other answer is 3x plus 5. But so now what you need to understand is this is 2, this is 1. 2 ones are becomes what? 2, right? So 2 and 1 is the factor. So we'll write down 2x square plus 2x plus x plus 1. 2x plus x will give me 3x. We can take common here, 2x. You're left with x plus 1. No common here, so we'll take what? 1 as common. So you're left with x plus 1 again. So x plus 1 will become one bracket, and 2x plus 1 will become another bracket. So this will be the answer for part L. X plus 1 and 2x plus 1. So now what you need to understand is that you have this 2, right? If this 2 is multiplied by what? 7. So 2 multiplied by 7, you'll end up having what? 14. So what are factors of 14? It's very easy that you'll end up having 1 and 14, 2 and 7, right? You don't have any other factors, right? So what we can do is the first and the last one will remain same. So 2x square minus 7x plus 2x minus 7. Remember the signs? Why did I take -7? Because if I have a larger number with negative, I'll end up having a negative sign. And remember, plus minus plus becomes what? Minus. So 7 minus 2 becomes what? 5. But sign of the greater number will be what? Negative. So if we take common from these two and common from these two, I can see common as what? X. So we write down x. You're left with what? 2x minus 7. And common here will be, if there is nothing common, the common will be what? 1. So this will be plus 1, 2x minus 7. So x plus 1 and 2x minus 7 will be the answer for part M. Now you already know that you have 3 and this is 3, right? 3 that becomes what? 9. And factor of 9 are 1 and 9, right? Because, or 3 and 3. But what you need to understand is that 3 and 3 will not give me 10. The only number that will give me is 1 and 9. So 3x squared plus, this will be 9x plus x plus 3. Taking common from here, this will be 3x, x plus 3, and there's no common here, so we'll take 1, x plus 3. So 3x plus 1 and x plus 3 will be the answer for part O. So now you know that this 2 and this is 6. So 2 into 6 becomes what? 12. Right? So if this is 12, so factors of 12 are 1, 12, 4, and 3, 6, 2. Right? But what I need to know is I need to have 1, minus 1. So obviously 12 and 1 and 12 cannot give me the answer. 6 and 2 cannot give me the answer. So what can give me the answer is 4 and 3. 2x squared minus 4x plus 3x. Because minus 4x plus 3x will give me minus x, minus 6. Now common from the initial part, this would be 2x. So what are we left with? X minus 2. And can we see common? Plus 3. So this will be x minus 2. So 2x plus 3 will be one factor and x minus 2 will be other factor. Or you can even write this as x minus 2 or 2x plus 3. That is all up to you. No worries. Let me just do the first one. That will be Q, right? So Q is, what do we have here? This 3 and 2. So 3 2s are, what do we have is 6. Factors of 6 will be 1, 6, 2, and 3. Right? Now, obviously, what I need to understand is that if I take positive, I won't have same brackets. So I'll take what 1 and 6 here because of the negative sign. Because 6 minus 1 will be getting what? 6 minus 1 will have negative sign. So 3x squared plus 6x minus x minus 2. Right? Normally students take 2 and 3 here because 2 and 3 both will give me positive number. So we don't have negative as positive, right? So what we can do is 3x, x plus 2 and minus 1 is common. You are left with x plus 2. So 3x minus 1 will be the first answer and x plus 2 will be the second answer. Remember this, why 3 and why 1 and 6? Because remember that this is negative. So you need to have numbers that will give you a proper sign, proper bracket. So remember this 6, x minus x will give me 5, right? But if I use 2 and 3, let's say 3x squared plus 3x plus 2x, and this will be minus 2. So you will see that 3x, you'll get x plus 3. But here only plus 1 is common. And you'll get x what? X plus 1, sorry. Let me correct this. This will be x plus 1. And here 2 is common. You'll get what? X minus 1. So what do we have? This is plus and this is minus. So when you have separate brackets, so that means your factors are wrong. So you can't take 3 and 2. right? So what we're gonna take is only 6 and minus 1, so that we can have 5, and then when we take the common negative 1, so this will be positive and this will be positive. So both numbers will turn down what? Positive in the end. This was part Q. What you really need to understand is that whatever factors we are getting from any of the question. Now, let's say we have x plus 2 and x minus 1. Now, this is your factor. If this would have been equal to 0, then that means this x plus 2 would have been equal to 0 and this x minus 1 would have been equal to 0. Right? That means with the two factors, we'll be getting two answers. Both equating it with what? 0. Since when we'll be equating it with 0, I can end up getting what? X is equal to minus 2 and x is equal to 1. X is equal to minus 2 and x is equal to 1. So when we'll be getting these two answers from the factors, if we have an equal to sign, basically these answers are known as your roots, right? So when you have roots, so what do we have? This is your x-axis, this is your y-axis. Let's say that in x-axis and y-axis, this is your minus 2 and let's say this is 1. This is minus 2 and this is 1. So these roots are basically roots on the x-axis. That means your curve, because a quadratic curve, your x square, because there is a x square, right? So x square means curve. That means when you create a graph, it will turn down from what? Minus 2 and 1. So the graph will go from what? Minus 2 and 1. So these are the roots of what? When you draw the graph, these your roots will be the x-intercept. These roots will be what? X-intercept. So these are your roots whenever you make sure that you get the answer. Remember this? This is